Closing market comments for Thursday, May the 6th. Another day higher as the markets continue to move up. Beans were the leader today instead of corn, but corn rallied back later in the day to make new highs as well. Really not a lot of fresh news driving this market. U.S. drought maps continue to show the situation being bad in the U.S., with 46.55% of the country in drought conditions. This is no comparison to the conditions from a year ago. Funds continue to buy this market, and selling is slowing by farmers as many have sold out or are reluctant to sell more until they get the crop planted and growing. South Korea was looking for 276,000 metric tons of corn today for delivery between now and fall. China announced that they will increasing subsidies for farmers there to encourage them to increase yields in corn and soybeans and wheat. Argentina's Parana River, a major port, is 10 feet below normal, and ships now are required to load light to get out of the port because of the low draft that they have in the area. Datagro today was out with numbers on Brazil. They lowered their corn number from 109.3 to 105.5, and they have several people now talking about the crop, as I said earlier in the week, below 100, maybe as low as 90 million metric tons. So we'll see what happens from USDA and Brazil on next week's report. Datacro increased their soybean crop for Brazil from 135.5 to 136.3 million metric tons. That would be a new record. Palm oil is at new contract highs for this year, and that's driving soybean oil. Highest levels we've seen since 2013. Weekly export sales were released today. Corn sales were 5.4 million bushels, down below the previous week at 20.5 and last year at 30.5, with 8 to 35 expected, but only 200,000 needed per week, so this is still a good number. New crop sales were 4.2 million with 4 to 24 expected. Soybean sales were 6.1 million, below the previous week at 10.7 and last year at 24.0, with cancellations of 4 to 7 million sales expected and only 1.7 needed. New crop sales for soybeans were 7.1 million with 4 to 22 expected. New crop wheat sales were very disappointing, with cancellations of 3.5 million bushels, well below the previous sales of 8.2 last week, so down over 11 million, and last year at 9.0 with 0 to 9 expected and 12.0 needed. New crop sales were 14.7 million with 4 to 18 expected. We've been expecting some cancellations wheat, and this new crop sales shipment looks like people are canceling old and rolling it over to new crop because of shipping problems. The dollar was down 403 points at 90.890. Gold was up $30.40 at 1814.70, and silver was up 968 points at 27.47. Crude oil was lower on the day, trading down 78 cents at 64.85, and next stock exchanges were all higher today, with Dow futures up 321, Nasdaq up 105, and S&P up 35. Remember, there will be a crop report next Wednesday, May the 12th, and that will include the first numbers for 21-22. And as I've been telling you this week, we have decided to discontinue the daily market comments like this. We will put out a weekly comment on Tuesdays, and then we'll also put out anything on days of crop reports. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, let us know.